Welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody down and dirty
with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. July 31st. You got Ryan Zolik, Elstein, and then JJ. Thank God.
Thank God.
Family's on there.
So.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Zolik, are you standing in front of the trailer with the video board?
Yeah. I'm going to fix some technical difficulties right now.
Awesome. I'm sorry to hear that. It's fun. Technology is great when it works, right?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Sister.
Yep.
Good deal.
Oh,
We had an exciting 3-day run here. The Freeport was PPL on Wednesday night, right? And Badger State on Thursday night, or was it Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday,
Wednesday. Okay.
Yep.
Are you guys echoing as well, or just me?
It's an echo.
Got to find out what's going on.
See, now you sound good.
Okay. So Zolik left.
I still have an echo.
I'm gonna go in.
Try it now.
Yeah.
Is it better?
You have an echo?
I don't know.
From Jason,
There's an audio echo cancellation. I'm checking mine right now. Well, Greg, I'm gonna silence myself, and you guys talk. Let me see if it goes away. Okay. Let's figure out who it is.
I think it's you. Or me. Should I shut mine off and turn it on again?
You sound good, Greg.
All right, but I can hear myself. But yeah. Well, anyways. Talk about Freeport. Wednesday night. We had a pretty good track over there. Bob wants to be on TV.
Bob?
This is Bob.
Hey, Bob. The official dog of Badger State Tractor Pullers. Bob.
Right.
We'll call him Robert for short.
Right. No, but it was a pretty good show down there with super. Well, I forget all about it now. Limited pros.
Super Farm.
Pro stocks. Diesel trucks.
Oh, now we lost Greg.
John, you're the only one echoing when you don't talk. So I'm gonna figure everything. You and JJ keep going.
So I'm the only one that doesn't echo. So I wasn't at Freeport, but Wildman's took first in the pro stocks, I do believe. Super Farm, who won Super Farm for us down there?
I thought Punky won in Freeport.
Punky won in Freeport. I think he won the Lucas Oil one down in Freeport. So I wasn't at that one. I was at Mazo. Mazo was a great pull, great event. I think their crowd was a little less than what it normally is, but I think the people were scared of the weather. But once things got going, it was really good. People started filing in there. They had good moisture in the track. A lot of good classes there. And we got them all in with the Super Farm. Super Farm was a class that the weather hit and we had to shut her down. Big storms come rolling through. Some of the worst I've seen in a long time, especially driving home. That was not good.
I think we only missed four, didn't we?
4 or 5, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No,
But
my phone still
good.
got it. My phone still has an echo, so.
I don't know what it is. Unless it's us. Maybe it's us. Could be me. But nonetheless, good pulls. Jamie Lars won the Pro Stock Diesel. Pro Stock went to Jason Round. Got to think who won the other ones there. Super Farm didn't get finished. Tracy Paulson won Hot Farm. She was test puller, dropped and come back last in the class and showed the boys how it was done. That was a great pass by her. It was a good show there. Very good show. Zelik, you getting anywhere with the Badger State trailer?
More frustration than anything.
Yeah, Emily said it wouldn't. They tried everything that they thought of, and it couldn't get her to come around. So
Yeah, I leave for one day.
I know. Yeah. Did you put the kibosh on it? Is that what happened? Yeah. Only you can run it. You're like a wizard of that thing.
What's weird is I can send any of the test colors to it from the video processor, but it won't send any video. Just black screen.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, it's
Yeah, I love
technology. Beautiful weather here in downtown Utica. The stoplights are working great.
Yeah.
Traffic slowed down. Rush hour is over with. JJ's been working on the track already. How many gallons of water you dumped in it already?
Well, we dumped 1,500 in it last night, and then we're gonna dump another 1,000 on it yet tonight, and then we'll see what Wednesday brings. Might rip it up again. So I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, the best thing you can do is just keep going at it.
Now we're getting echo going on. Here, ours echoing back, but technology. You don't have that nowadays.
I guess so.
I don't think it's us. Maybe it is us. I don't know.
Well, we couldn't even get the printer to print at Dubuque.
Ryan, will you just talk?
You just want me to talk? Yeah, I'm just sitting here with the Badger State trailer. Trying to figure it out. Hopefully get it ready. I think it will be at Warren, hopefully, on Saturday, because I'll be gone again this weekend.
John?
Yes, sir.
So whenever I add extra people, we echo. And I've never had this happen before. This is awesome. Technology is great when it works. So, John, will you look at your settings and you turn on echo cancellation? Ryan, I'm going to turn John off for a second. You talk about Freeport, okay?
Where's my
Freeport?
settings
Okay.
on here in the menu?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Freeport, really great show both nights. Tuesday was with the PPL Champions Tour. The Super Farm was co-sanctioned with Badger State. Then Silver Series, 3.6 diesel trucks, and 4.1 limited pro stocks. It was a really good night for the Badger State pullers. John Meyer Jr. won the limited pro stocks in the Silver Series, and then the Funk brothers went 1 and 2 with the Silver Series 3.6 diesel trucks. Champions Tour classes, they had unlimited super stocks. Congratulations to the Rutten Deer team. They had a great night there. Light super stock went to Martin Daniels. Second was Bobby Jones on Tuesday nights. Wednesday night was the Badger State show, pro stocks, 4.1 limited pros. Western Series was co-sanctioned with our light pro stocks that night. Also was the 3.6 diesel trucks and light limited super stocks made their appearance at the Midwest Summer Nationals in Freeport on Wednesday night. Jeff Becker and the crew did a great job with the track both nights. A little bit on the warm side, but once the sun went down, it was a really comfortable night down in Freeport. And yeah. And I think Mazo on Friday night, they got pretty much majority of everything in, I think, except the last couple Super Farm. Was it Super Farm that ran last, John, at Mazo?
Yeah, it was Super Farm. Yep. Johnny Dahlke made a pass, and then American Chaos was about ready to make a pass, and I think we were about 4 or 5 short. Otherwise, we'd have had the whole night in.
Yeah, it looked like there was storms all around you all night on Friday.
Amy Drury's daughter had called her and told her, hope she takes cover. Storms are bad, and storms were in Middleton at that time, and I think we were already, I don't know, hour and a half into the pull, and she says, well, sun's shining here, so we're good. Yeah, it went around us all night right till the end there, and then it surrounded us, so glad we got everybody out of there, and we got out of there in time. It was nasty, high winds and a little bit of hail and everything.
Yeah, it looked like the Coots farm over in Fort Atkinson area might have got some storm damage from some photos I seen from Natalie and John.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were moving tree. Looks like some trees got blown over. those storms.
Huh. Ron Jr. was down there. Ron does a lot of photography and pulls garden tractors. He's got some great pictures, so he enjoyed Freeport and probably took over there while he was at it, I'm sure.
So Tracy Paulson got first in Hot Farm in Mazo.
Yep.
323. And then Limited Pro is Bill Smith. I think we got the echo thing figured out. So, because it sounds better now. Right, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't have any echo from anybody now.
Stanley, we're going to blame you. Okay. So.
What about Johnson?
Yeah.
No, you can't. He's bigger than me. We don't ever blame JJ for anything. So.
He's a laser operator. You don't want to make him mad.
Always suck up to sled operators and laser operators. They can hook you up. So, or unhook you up, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to call Greg, get him back on. You guys get going. In about 2 minutes, let's start talking about Utica, okay?
Sounds good. Okay, hold on.
Hey, Ross.
We got to have Ross grab something here quick for us.
Run to my car in the dash and grab the posters.
There's a poster in the dash and a Mustang, Ross.
And then this on Saturday night, the Badger State Tractor Pullers made a return to the Dubuque County Fairgrounds and was co-sanctioned with the East Central Iowa Pullers. We had the inside track, and it definitely was a little bit on the challenging side to keep that track together with the 4 classes that we had. But despite that, I think all the classes were able to put on a pretty good show. And the pro stocks, we had some great passes, and congratulations to the Coates family. They won their home county fair with an amazing pass of 383 feet, I believe, in the pro stock class. And it turned out to be a great night despite the challenges with all the weather and a great crowd in Dubuque.
Great crowd. It was a lot of fun side-by-side pulling, too, with East Central Iowa. Their announcer, Bear there, Gary, he was a great guy. Him and I headed off good. We had a lot of fun announcing the pull together. And we went through, I don't know how many hooks they figured, but there's like 7 in their classes and then all of our classes in like 3.5 hours. We probably could have got it done a little bit shorter, but we're making sure we had the track real tight for the pro stocks. So it took a little extra time for that, but that was a great event. That was a lot of fun there.
We are echo free. It's been confirmed by the people watching. So that's outstanding. So
Outstanding.
Let's see here. I want to pull up Dubuque. Yeah, Coatsy had a 383-foot pass. We had a sled cam on the camera. We posted the video on Facebook, and then it deleted it. It somewhere went today. So technology's been tearing up everything today. So I don't know what's going on, but it was a really cool video. So I asked Brandon to repost it tonight. So because I really wanted to show that. So
370 was second, and 364 was third, I believe.
Yeah.
For down in Dubuque.
I think Brandon was almost 35 miles per hour, if I remember seeing like the speed board from Josh.
That's
Yeah,
moving.
34.
That's moving.
Travis Wildman had the fastest speed, 35.5 is what he was cooking at.
I can't believe it's July 31st already, guys. This July just flew. Just absolutely flew. So
Big time.
Yep, it did. Well, sorry for all the echo and everybody watching. Thanks for hanging with us here. Ryan Zolik, John Stanley, JJ, the great laser operator from the Midwest Winter Nationals. That's how, JJ, you always be in my heart there. I always get to drive you down there, so that makes me happy. So
it's always fun to.
So let's talk about Utica, Strandman. This Saturday, 1 o'clock is the Badger State show. I'm going to put the poster up on one of Ryan's awesome overlays here, and then let's start talking Utica. And then at 7:30, Glenn Bartles is going to join us from Oshkosh for the Winnebago County Fair this Friday night as well. And then Mike Gerlach's going to come on at 7:45 to talk about Warren, Illinois. 3 great Badger State pulls with a lot of heritage. Utica's more well-known, I think, Zolik, for the cornfield. Is it a cornfield or a bean field at the end of it this year, JJ? Is it knee high by the 4th of July? So.
Oh, this is Pioneer corn that's nice and tall. Can you see it, boys?
Yep. That's awesome. So that's some famous videos, Zolik, of people smashing into the corn there in Utica, buddy.
Yeah, I would imagine by Sunday there will be some entrances into that cornfield.
Yep. Track looks good, JJ.
We're working on it.
I like it. Utica is just south of Madison. It sounds like it's in New York, but it's just south of Madison. Is it closer to Stoughton? What's it closest to, JJ, Utica?
In between Bridge and County Highway B and County Highway W. There's the parking lot all freshly mowed tonight.
Awesome. Is that Smith back laughing?
No, the part of the crew here that helps out that was mowing tonight are down here. They put a new pergola up over the beer stand over here. So I think they're trying it out.
Yep, that's good. Well, they need to reward themselves with a cold beer after all that hard work. So
yeah, I'd say.
I'm going to put the overlay on the screen here, John, and you guys go to town. Here we go. Can you see that, JJ?
Yep.
Hey, John?
Yes.
So Utica Fest, Utica Community Park in Utica, Wisconsin, this Saturday, August 5th. The Badger State shows at 1 p.m. 9,500-pound 466 hot farms, 9,300-pound super farms, 85 light pros, 6,500 light limited super stocks, and pro stock diesel trucks. Utica is free admission. It's I don't know how many thousands of people go to this, you guys, but it's gigantic every single year.
There's people parked probably a mile and a half, 2 miles away all the time every year here that the festival's here. There's a lot of parking here, but it fills up, and Utica's a population of what, maybe 200?
Yeah.
they quadruple it over that weekend, and it's just a great weekend. It's Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. Horse pulls Friday night with the band in the beer tent. They also have slow pitch softball and stuff, but Badger State taking the track at 1 o'clock, followed by Tri-County Pullers finishing out the night with the modified mini rods. The live music by Cherry Pie afterwards. It's kind of a well-known band that Monroe has had Cherry Pie down there as well. And Sunday there's South Central and PI tractors, also Badger trucks. Live music here in the beer tent. Good country band, Wayne Road at 5 o'clock, and at dusk will be fireworks here. They put on a fireworks display that's like none other. It's really grown over the last few years. And in fact, the COVID year, they had fireworks here, and everybody parked with their vehicles out in the parking area out back here. It was full just for the fireworks during the COVID year. So it's a pretty cool place. It's free to get in. All they ask is, don't bring carry-ins. Buy your beer, soda pop, and food here. All that stuff pays for the pulls here. So that's how we keep the pulling going, is by selling the beer and soda and the food right here in the ground. So,
Ryan, what are some of your favorite memories of Utica over the years?
Oh, geez. Well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to be at Utica for the last several years, but always, it's always a fun track. It seems like to pull out. You get a lot of speed on that track, and of course, you're heading towards that cornfield. And that I would kind of relate it to if obviously if you're in the cornfield, that same feeling on if you can hit the sand pile at the farm show if you're a puller there.
The track's gotten a lot better over the last few years too. They've helped by Warren Loofborough. He's helped us out, and JJ's the main kingpin on the track, and I'm kind of his helper guy, I guess you could say, with the track and stuff.
My right hand man.
Getting ready for Utica here, but Warren Loofborough's helped us out. We've put a lot of organic matter in it. He helped us out with some hydrohume that really kind of helps the track from getting hard, especially during the hot summer sun. So it's helped it out quite a bit. We make sure track is fresh and ready to go for Badger State, and we also do the same thing for Tri-County after Badger State's done.
Yeah, one other thing, if you do attend Utica both days, you're going to see pretty much a little bit of everything when it comes to polling there. Whether it's you guys with the Tri-County mini rods, to us with Badger State, to South Central and what they bring, and so you get a little bit of everything, and of course all the different truck classes that are offered there.
Yeah, there's going to be I think the Badger Trucks has super stocks and also open stock trucks, I do believe. South Central will have their NA tractors, hot farms. I think they're pro farms, don't they?
I think so.
And then PI will have pro farm and super farm, I do believe. And then Sundays after that is street trucks, you could say, with quotations by street, kind of like a stock farm pole. It looks like it just before they wind them up, but yeah, turns into be a great weekend. It's a great fundraiser for the park here, Utica Park. Fast pitch ball, big tournaments Friday night, right?
Yep.
So it's a good time. The best time Ryan and I can remember is when I can't remember, and I think I got a ride home. But that was a while.
And for Emily, she's always talking about cheese curds. You guys have the Stoughton FFA cheese curd stand there. Is that right?
Oh yeah, best cheese curds and cream puffs in the world. Yeah, usually talk about them, and they bring up a whole bushel basket for us up here. It's really good. Also got the Utica Nora Rockdale Trailblazers Snowmobile Club that cook burgers and brats and all kinds of stuff over there. All great food all weekend.
Hey, we have somebody watching from Brazil tonight. I don't know if we ever watched anybody from Brazil. Ryan, that's a first for us. So
They
I
come
think
to
it's
Utica.
because we have JJ on the show, guys. So.
JJ. There'll be some from the Netherlands yet then, too. They know JJ's on. Word travels fast. Thanks for watching from Brazil.
Yeah.
There is some polling down in Brazil as well.
Road trip, Ryan. Road trip.
Well, it's winter right now for them. So.
Is it?
Don't you put enough road trips there, Schultz?
Yeah.
Brazil is a pretty country.
I'm showing some video of the hot farm class from Mazo on Friday night while we're chatting here. So if you're watching right now, tell us what what some of your favorite memories are about Utica. What you think it's great about the event. We got people heading to Utica, Oshkosh this week again. So Oshkosh is Friday night, and then Utica is Saturday at 1, and then Warren, Illinois is Saturday night. I think it's 7. I think Warren starts at 7?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
I feel like that's what it is. So
I know Dave Smithback puts a lot into this. He has Pioneer Seed Corn, and he's been the president of Utica Association for many, many years, and takes a lot of pride in Utica Fest and tries making it better, and got key people in places to help make it better. So
there must be a concert like New Kids on the Block, the way Riley Hamill spelled that there, Zolik. I know that stands for, that's Northeast Wisconsin Pullers, right?
Yeah.
But the way he did it kind of looks like New Kids on the Block. So Riley, just got me all excited. I thought maybe there was a band. Mini rod. John, are you going to put your mini rod in the corn in Utica?
Well, Brian Tuesday night last week said, "Are we going to get it running?" And so he come over, I think Wednesday night, tore it apart, and he took the engine out. So he's hot on it. He's going to put it together and run it here. I don't know if I'll be running it or not.
Fair enough. Again, Utica, Wisconsin is Saturday. Utica's all weekend long. The Badger State show is at 1 p.m. on Saturday. This guy from Brazil's typed in Brazil like 32 times now. So, okay, buddy, we get it. You're from Brazil and you know how to type. I'm proud of you. And he's got a cool old cab over. So I like that for his Facebook profile there. So
old Kenworth, K100.
Yeah.
Could be the skip.
What's that, John?
Could be the skip. Maybe it's echoing, so it's taking a long time to get back to him from America, Your technology.
Maybe we can blame him on the skip then?
No. You.
Oh, you're going to blame me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's not fair.
Johnson said so. You argue with him.
Okay, you win. Whatever, JJ. You win. I'm never going to argue with you, buddy. So, because Ryan said it best, you don't want to argue with the laser operator that calls in the distances. So, I do plan on pulling again someday. So I got to be nice to the laser operator. So,
tractor pull spot by Nutrient. There's also a kids coin dig, also a kiddie pedal tractor pull in the beer tent Saturday morning too. So bring the kiddos out. There'll be a kiddie pedal tractor pull in the beer tent.
Here's that sled cam of Coatsy going 383 feet in Dubuque. So kind of cool. Troy Richoff says, be nice to see Stranley's truck in the corn again. Who's driving? Laugh out loud. Troy drives Kurt, right? I think he drives the truck called Kurt.
Yeah, he splits time with Dave Stahl.
That's what I thought. So
Probably referring to my brother's truck. I put my brother's truck in the corn here a few years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I drove on Sunday here in an open diesel class, and Ross was actually riding in the sled. It was Ludke's sled, and we shoved her in the corn about 12 rows or so. The headlands were covered.
Yeah, that sounds like a video I need to find. So
it's on there.
It's on there.
Yeah, it was on my Facebook once upon a time. Those are tricky to drive. He told me try and come out at this RPM, and you got to kind of ride it out. So I tried it the first time and it didn't work. So the second time, I made it work, but it was a little higher when it came out than probably what he wanted.
It's not like those mini rods. You just smash them open and they go, right? So.
Well, you got a little finesse with them too.
Yeah, that video's got 1.2 million views.
Wow, 1.2.
That's a lot.
1.2 million. Yep. So
How
that was on the Badger State Facebook page. So. Well, Glenn's going to jump on and talk about Oshkosh Winnebago County Fair a little bit. Let's wrap up Utica. Did we get all the sponsors mentioned, John, and everything that we wanted to talk about?
We don't have a whole list of sponsors, but Nutrient Ag Solutions is the main sponsor for the tractor pulls here. Also, Smithback Farms Pioneer Seed Corn, J&M Displays, which is the fireworks that are going to be here. Yeah, that's about all. I think we covered all of it.
We got Glenn on from the Winnebago County Fair up there in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. How are you, Glenn?
I've seen Glenn in a long time. Had a few beers with him many
Pretty
years
good.
ago. State Fair Convention.
I don't think Glenn likes beer. So. No. He's a fair board member this week. He's got to behave. So. Glenn, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. John, take over.
Oshkosh this Friday night. I think it's going to be, is it Super Farm and Hot Farm up there? What else is up there, Jason? I don't see the list.
Light limited supers and the light pros.
540s, Super Farms, light limited super stock, 466 Hot Farm, and 36 diesel trucks.
That's right. Diesel trucks up there.
5 Badger State classes. So
yep.
That'd be a good show.
Glenn, what other do you have 2 tracks? Do you run another association at the same time? Okay.
Two tracks, and then we open with some NEW stuff we used to do it to groom the track, but the track's come a long ways over the last couple of years. Got some stuff growing to get some rye growing to get the track in a little better shape. It's coming around. Looked pretty good. I saw it yesterday. The young guys are kind of working on it and told them, be careful with it. We've made some great strides. Don't want to be messing it up.
Did you guys get quite a bit of rain line over the weekend?
We did here at our farm, but they kind of missed it up at Oshkosh. So they got some, but not a lot. So everything's looking pretty good.
The one thing, Glenn, if I remember correctly, because I've announced up there a couple of times, it's free grandstand. You just pay to get on the grounds, right? Is that the deal
Correct.
for you guys?
Yeah,
Okay.
you pay to get in. You pay to get in. It's one price, gets you everything. Pay to get on the grounds, parking, rides, grandstand, everything's included. You pay, if you get the advance ticket for $12 or $15 at the gate, that gets you everything. So it's a pretty good deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's I don't know. We went to that quite a few years ago, and it's a pretty good family deal. And anybody that wants to hang around and take in the show, works out really well.
Well, you've had huge crowds when I've been up there, Glenn. Huge crowds, just gigantic. So
yeah, it seems to be getting better. It's coming around.
what year did you build the track on the infield?
And it's well, they took that racetrack down 4 or 5 years ago. There's quite a bit of controversy around that, but they've overcome that, and then they built the track that we have now. So we have a permanent track, and we're able to work with that. And now we have it's made it a lot easier to make a track, so it's it can stay there year round, and made some great strides there, because that building a track out of that racetrack, that was a struggle every year, which you guys, well, that's when you were there, Jason. That was the battle we had. Yep. Then it was pretty tough to get a track. I still remember we had pro stocks there, and I still remember Gary Brinkmeyer coming up and saying, we love to come here, but we can't afford to wreck our tires, so we don't want to come back.
Well,
it was just
Ryan
one of them conversations.
Yeah. No, we've talked about that. Ryan and John know this, and JJ. I mean, fairs. You have a demo derby one night, and you have a tractor pull one night, and you have a concert one night, and you use all the same dirt. It's hard for everybody. So I think everybody was pretty excited about Oshkosh when you built that new track inside where the old racetrack was. So.
Right. It's made quite a difference. You do the rodeo, and you get, now you have some looser dirt, and we've been able to work with that, and it's came a long ways. You do the farm pull one night and go right into the Badger State, and you got kind of another day to work with it and make it decent, and pick up the scrap from the year before from the demo derby, so you get that garbage out of there, and it's starting to work pretty decent.
How long has it been since you guys took the racetrack part down?
Oh, I think that's, well, time flies. It's probably going on 10 years already, but it's at least 5.
Okay.
And
I
it's got
Super
that.
Farm.
Yeah, it's got that nice big infield now where they have that big stage for that Life Fest, and now they allow us to let the guys park out there, so that works quite well. It's about kind of a cinder gravel area, and we're kind of careful with it, and it works really nice.
Great. I announced up there one year, and then when Stacy couldn't be there, and then one year I drove Super Farm up there. So, but I've been there quite a few times. Yeah, I remember the racetrack, pulling on the racetrack.
Yeah, that was always interesting. Took a lot of time and effort to take that thing apart, put it back together, and I think they all could have worked together, but nobody wanted to get along, so that brought that all to an end. You guys all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Racetracks are notoriously get hard anyway.
Yeah.
They put calcium chloride on them or whatever, and racetracks, they wet them, dig them, groom them in, and then as time goes, they get hard, and that's good for the cars. The cars
Sure.
Build the berm on there and whatever, but for truck and tractor pulling, when it gets hard, it's hard on all the tractors, like with the tires and that, and the more you get the tractors in where it's a horsepower track, the better show you get.
I'm going to play, while we're talking to Glenn, I'm going to play some video from Tucker's YouTube page from August 11th, 2000. 6 to 8,000 pound super stock Badger State tractor puller. So this is going to be fun. Check this out. This is before you hired Zolik, before all the cool graphics. So
Yeah.
this is.
Well, I was only 9.
Yeah. That was your handwriting, Zolik?
Yeah, I did the handwriting.
We'll let this, but this is the old Oshkosh. Glenn, what is your pulling history? How did you get loving this game and being on the fair board? And tell us a little bit more about Glenn.
Man, it's been a while. We, I don't know, started messing around with it back in the 70s. And then early 80s, didn't have much for rules and farm class tractor pulling, and got into that pretty seriously. And then we got into pulled with PI for a few years, and now there's one kind of sitting in the corner waiting to go out again. And now we've got grandkids driving some farm tractors, getting bit by the bug, and I think we're going to be back at it again.
Yeah, get that checkbook out, Glenn. It's about to get real. So
it's coming. Last year, the one granddaughter drove one of the 4-wheel drives that I plant with, and gave everybody a overhauling by 70 feet. And Jimmy Lickey said, as 7 of them took it out the end, he said, nobody's making a fool out of me. And he put the chains under the pan and added a bunch of weight. And I told her, I said, don't drive in that hole. I don't care where you drive, but drive around it one side or the other. And everybody stopped at 245, and she dragged them out the end again. And yeah, we had quite a conversation about that at the convention this winter, and a couple of adult beverages. But yeah, that was the end of that. Now she's pulling one of the old school farm tractors, and yeah, I've got another grandson that's wanting to get into it. So yeah, I think we're back. We're coming back around.
you had a pro farm tractor, right, Glenn?
Yeah, still sitting in the corner of the shop.
What was the name of it?
Heartbreaker.
Yep, that's right. I'm gonna go find some video of that.
1460s. Yep.
Looks like the last dog that was pulling there in 2000.
Was that post tractor? Was that Carl Hahn's case, or was that Pat's?
I couldn't tell by the fields. It could have been Tom Funk as well.
Oh yeah, yep, or him.
I think it was Carl Conzo.
Yeah, that's what.
That's that other mini that used to run kind of like central Wisconsin. That's right there.
Glenn, who are some of the sponsors that help make the tractor pull happen up there at the Winnebago County Fair this Friday night?
We've got like Brighton Acres. There's a wedding venue out here by us that's a real good supporter. Myself, we get to touch on Wackles Trucking. A few guys like that help out a little bit. And, Palmer Farms. Guys, there's a couple farms up by the other side of Oshkosh there, Palmer Farms and Wildy Farms, Dutner Acres. Get behind you pretty good and help out.
It takes an army of volunteers and an army of sponsors to put an event on like this. So
yeah, I think some of them young guys that are getting involved, I think they starting to get some packers and scrapers and stuff from Spiegelberg's.
okay.
Reaching out that far, so they're getting a little help from them, and they're willing to borrow out some equipment. So that helps, always appreciated. And
again, we're watching some video from 2000 from Clint Tucker's What Smoking Promotions YouTube page. 6,000 to 8,000 pound super stocks is what the video said. Obviously, that tractor's a super farm today, isn't it, Zolik? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking to Glenn Bartles from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Winnebago County Fair. This Friday night, 7 p.m. start time. Badger State classes. We have 5 Badger State classes, 360 diesel trucks, light limited supers, 540 light pros, super farms, and 466 hot farms. And then there's some NEW classes as well to open up the show. So the grandstands are always packed. It's fun to go up there and be. Ryan, have you ever had a chance to get up there, or have you always been somewhere else?
No, I gotta go when they actually pulled the other direction on the racetrack, and then the first year that they added or built the track inside. That was the last year I got to make it up to Oshkosh.
Yep. I'm just glad, Glenn, that you guys were able to build that track inside, and from a polling point of view, it really has stepped it up, and that track's really good now, is what we've been told the last couple of years. So I know that's what you've been shooting for as well. So.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as we can do it, you might as well make it worthwhile and try and make something out of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Something to be said too, Glenn, that we're watching videos of Badger State from 2000, and to be there 23 years in a row plus, that says a lot too. So thank you very much for having Badger every year with you.
Well, Glenn's and you know how important Macville is to Badger State and PPL. Glenn's very, very, he was a deciding vote. I was sitting in the room up there in Macville, up there at the church, and we had our presentation, and Greg left, and we called Glenn and just asked him flat out on speakerphone, if you were us sitting in this room, would you switch to Badger State and PPL? And he says, absolutely. So that's really, a couple of the guys really, really respected Glenn. A couple of the guys don't respect you, Glenn, but a couple guys do.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh, I had to say that. I was just teasing.
I know who they are too.
But it was fun. You helped do that, and we know how big of a poll now Macville is. It's one of the biggest polls in the state of Wisconsin every year. That early in the year, Father's Day weekend, and they put on a whale of a show up there. So I would think polling fans. There's not a ton of big polls in Northeast Wisconsin, Glenn. I'm not making fun of any of the other associations, but I would say when Badger State comes to town, people have got to get pretty excited, don't they? The fans.
I sure believe they do.
Yeah.
Now they are talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. Matter of fact, the sponsor texted me today and made sure everything was on board. And I'm like, hey, you already paid us back in January. Yeah, you're on board. You're all set. He wanted to make sure you didn't miss out on it. So. There's something to be said for that when you want to make sure your name's connected with it. Yep.
Again, Winnebago County Fair, talking with Glenn Bartles this Friday, August 4th, 7 p.m. The Badger State classes are the 9,500-pound 466 hot farms, the super farms, light pros, light limited super stocks, and then the 3.6 pro stock diesel trucks. So it's going to be great. And again, Glenn, can you kind of talk about you pay, what is it? You just pay, it's a free grandstand, right? You just pay to get on the ground.
Yep, you just pay to get in. It's $15 at the gate to get in, and everything else is free other than your food and refreshment. If you want to do the rides, anything you want to do, it's free other than, play the games or something to eat or drink. Everything else is, your admission to the grandstand, your parking, everything's included.
Awesome. Well, Glenn, thank you for sticking with Badger State Pullers all these years. We love coming up there, and we're hoping you have a big crowd and great weather Friday night. So
sounds good. We look forward to Friday.
Thanks, Glenn.
You bet. Thanks.
Zolik, Stranley, you ever heard of Mike Gerlach?
I don't think I know the name.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
Tootin' 4-1 pulling international 11. There he is.
Son of a gun.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing
good. Mike, how are you? Whoops. I didn't do it. I swear. Normally I'll do that. I'll just kick people off for fun, but I didn't do that to Mike. So.
Did you kick him off?
I did. No. I'll do that.
Way to go. Way to go.
Come on, Zolik. You know I care.
Usually Greg's the one that's in the penalty box.
Yeah,
not the guest.
I might. I'll probably mute my phone here when Ross is driving the 4320 and him and JJ and Brian are putting water on at Utica here. So
I heard it putting around there a little bit. So
Yeah, they're putting water on for the sun goes down here.
I don't have the poster for Warren, guys. I'm looking for it right now. I thought I had it ready. Oh, here's
We
Gerlach.
got limited pro stock. They usually have Pro Farm. I don't know if they're going to have Pro Farm.
Yep, we're back. Or we lost our connection here. I think I'm back now.
We think Jason got rid of you.
He might have.
Yeah, not very nice, was it, Mike?
So no. So how's everyone up north tonight?
We're doing good.
Good.
Doing good.
So yeah, we're looking forward to have a good pull this year. I think Mother Nature's been a little hard on everyone trying to build the tracks, but we were very fortunate last Wednesday, got an inch and a half of rain, and Friday morning got another 4 or 3 inches. So we had about 4.5 inches of rain. And we were up there this morning looking at the track and dug down about 5-6 inches, and there's plenty of moisture down there. So I think we're going to have actually a decent track if Mother Nature doesn't rain too much more on us. So I know everyone's had a struggle this year building tracks, but actually at the end of the night, tracks do turn out pretty good. So we're just hoping to do the same.
Pro stocks, limited pros, 640 Pro Farms, 2-wheel drive trucks this Friday, Warren, Illinois, 7 p.m.
And I think some of the 466 guys in the last couple of years have made the jaunt down to come pull us too in the 640 class, which is nice to see. Kind of want to pull together, and they do a good job. So it's fun to have them guys come down there.
You have that Brandon Heller help you out at all?
Pardon me?
Brandon Heller help you guys out?
Oh yeah, Brandon does a good. Brandon and his wife do a great job up there at the fair. They Cater is the president of the fair board. They get their stuff ready for the garden tractor pulls, and it's all volunteer work, just like everyone else does. It takes a lot of time, but they do a good job out down there.
Yeah, great people.
Yep. So
I'm mute here for a minute.
Yeah, I would say Warren definitely has a reputation for being a power track, Mike.
Yeah, we've been known to do that. Probably the hardest part we got is keeping the track together all night, making it fair for everybody. But generally does turn out to be a power track, and it shows the horsepower everyone has and makes them work for it. And Jeff Becker has been the last 5-6 years helped us with the track, and I think he does an exceptional job. And try to keep the starting line not getting too hard and working it together. And he's got a good eye for that, so we're hoping to have that again this year.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things is having a crew, especially like Jeff, that does pulls over and over throughout the years.
Yeah.
And throughout the year, just even in the summer, they kind of know what to look for. And okay, if we can try to spot that early in the night, it doesn't become a big problem later.
No, they definitely earn their money in what they do, and the guys that help them do a great job. So we're glad to have them to help us out and try to make the best show we can. A quick show and a good show from fair for everybody. And show time starts at 7 o'clock, and we've had some last, 5 or 6 years, we've had food for everyone starting about 5 o'clock, and before the poll, during the poll, and after the poll, and everyone hangs out at the trailers, different things, and we really have a good time just socializing with everyone throughout the evening and during the poll, and let everyone have a chance to eat and socialize a little bit and hang out together. Lots of times at these polls, we kind of rush to get in, get out, get home and everything, and I know everyone's got stuff to do, but it's nice to have everyone hang out. And that's one thing in Warren, with Dad passing and everything, that's one thing he really looked forward to is everyone hanging out, talking and telling stories and having a few beers together. And we're going to continue that tradition. And I know he'll be there with us and enjoy it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of polling history in that surrounding community down there.
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate. Dad and Gary started polling in the mid 70s, and man, we got pictures and videos of them guys back then, and then just a lot of guys in the area just do a lot of polling, and it's just fun to keep that tradition going. And I hope the next generation can do the same thing as the years go on. I think it's a great sport for everybody, and we're noticing that now with our kids and grandkids, and you see that with everybody. And I just hope we all can work together and keep it going that way too, because it's a great opportunity for everybody and get involved, and it's such a good thing for the family to do together.
Very
So.
much so, yeah. You see the Brinkmeyers that they passing
Yep.
things on down through, and you see them at the farm pulls. I was at the Greene County Fair pulling garden tractors with Ross, and all of a sudden I see a 966 farm stock wick up, smoke blowing, and then they announce something Brinkmeyer, and I'm like, huh, imagine that.
You know, and you don't have to have the biggest tractor, the most horsepower too. If you can, any type of tractor pulling, it don't matter if it's farm pulling, mini rod pulling, or anything. If you do it as a family, and your kids like it, your parents like it's a great thing. It doesn't have to be the biggest and the baddest. It's just an opportunity to do it, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, that's a good track down there. Pulled down there a couple times with the garden tractors the
Yep.
last few years, and it's a great facility, great place.
Yep. So,
And
like I
I
said,
think-
we'll start at 7:00 and have some food for everybody, and like the 466 guys will come down, 640s, 41s, 2-wheel drives, and seems like the 2-wheel drives have had some pretty good numbers this year. So we hope we get a few more of them, and you never know who might show up. Maybe the guys from Dubuque will show up, or Farley. You never know. Them guys kind of show up everywhere. Maybe they'll bring a few. So
Gerlach, when Farley shows up, they bring enough for their own entire class.
they're all welcome. You betcha. No, it's good to have the people to support tractor pulling as everyone does. So
If anybody has any complaints about the Utica track, Ross Stranley is watering the track right now, so there's a few wet spots. We're gonna blame Stranley's kid, okay? Utica.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike,
He's doing
who are
good.
some of the? I got logged off for a couple minutes there.
sure.
Did
You
you have any
logged yourself
sponsors you
out,
wanted
huh?
to thank, or did you do that already?
No, I want to thank a lot of individual people are doing. We're a small town down here. We don't have a lot of huge industries, but we got Burmeister Farm Equipment right down the road there. We got Stevenson Service Company, Pearl City Elevator. Obviously, Saunders Oils does a tremendous job of supporting the community and anything we do. I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Prairie State Tractors in Freeport and Sloan Implement provide some tractors and different things, but a lot of individual effort goes on in a smaller community like this. But it's a lot of work for everyone, but they all do a good job and probably don't get enough praise for it. So try to come out and support them.
What's it like pulling at your hometown pull, Mike?
It's like any other pull, but the pressure's on you to try to do good, not break. But it's also an honor to pull in your hometown and to have as many people there to support you and your family. So it's fun. It's a little nerve wracking, but yet it is a lot of fun to have everyone around, and they get to ask questions and see you and everything else. So it's fun.
It sure is.
Well, I think a cool tidbit about the Joe Davies County Fair, it's the oldest continuous county fair in the state of Illinois.
Yep. Yes, it is. Yep.
Wow. I think you remember you talking at your dad's celebration of life there, that it was one of the pulls you always looked forward to every year is pulling there in Warren.
Yeah, yes, he did, because like I said, he was one of the guys that would just sit back and sit in his chair and want to just tell stories or listen to stories from other people. And once some guys started telling stories, it's nonstop, and it's fun to sit back and listen to them guys tell stories of how things came about, how it all got started, and this and that. And it's I think everyone needs to be educated on that, how this really got started and how it has progressed the last 30, 40 years and everything else.
It's pretty neat how it's all come together. Here's a really good picture of your tractor heading down the track there. So that's in Warren. That looks like your grandstands.
Yes, it is. Sure is.
Good picture of the G-force there. So
I think the weather's going to be nice this week. Maybe a tick warmer than today, but it's definitely not. Last week was pretty hard on everybody in Freeport and Mazomanie, but everyone did a good job working through that heat, and I think we're going to be a little bit better this week. Not quite as warm and humid, and I think we'll have a good time for everybody.
Last week I needed baby powder from Menards. It was so hot, Mike.
Yes, I have some with me all the time.
Yeah, it was.
That wasn't baby powder.
What's that, John?
That wasn't baby powder. That was chalk line.
What? They told me to go get some. I put what they marked the lines on to dry some things out. It worked, John. I don't know. So I don't know what else. I'm pretty happy with the results. So.
Oh, yikes.
Well, what'd you do? I hear Ross getting on a little bit. I heard it chuckling. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Has he got a mini pro stock out there? So
The 4320 at Johnson's is a little bit turned up. I don't think they own anything that isn't turned up. So they're coming up the knoll from the pit area there with the full load of water on. So they got her idled down, so it started working it a little bit.
yeah, it sounds good. It sounds really good. So,
Yep.
Mike, who are some of the people? We got a few minutes left here, and we need to let you go. Who are some of the people? I mean, polling wise, I mean, there's a lot of big name pullers from your area, like within.
Yeah.
This is their home, like Brinkmeyers and
And there's some
and
Frank Molitor. There's some guys in other classes. Unfortunately, we can't get them to Warren there, but there's Aaron Kleckner just lives down the road from us in Winslow. I'd like to see them down pulling in Warren someday. A lot of guys from Monroe. Dave Baker is a 466, lives in Polo, about 45 minutes south of us. So there is a lot of pullers in the area. And, you know, Bill Miller lives over in Dubuque. Hopefully someday you get his tractor going again and come back over. It's nice to see that tractor running and different things. So yeah, it's a good area for pulling for sure.
that's awesome. 100%. Well, Mike, good luck this Friday, Saturday, Friday night. Or no,
Or Saturday.
Saturday. I thought the 401s were up in Oshkosh. I'm sorry, I was saying good luck to you up there, but they're not. So, but this Saturday, August 5th, Warren, Illinois, everybody. Yep. I got scrolling across the bottom. Yeah, Mike, give us one last 30-second commercial for your pull this weekend.
Just come out and support your county fair as best we can. Support your favorite tractor, color, puller. Just come out and have fun. Come out and visit with us. You know, come out in the pits and talk to everyone, visit with us and have some food and drinks and tell some stories. We're definitely this will be a year to tell some stories with everybody around. You know, some just like we did for Dad there, and support it. And gonna miss him there this year, but we're gonna get through her.
Yeah, it'll be tough, Mike. It'll be tough, but you can make it happen. So I've always enjoyed pulling at Warren. Good crowd, good track, a lot of fun, great hospitality. So for those you looking for something to do this Saturday night, head to Warren, Illinois. So Mike, thanks for jumping on tonight. Zoe, you got anything before we let Mike go?
No, I just wish I could be there with you, Mike, and best of luck the rest of the season and this weekend.
Yep, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. See you, Michael.
See you guys.
Well, Ryan, John went black on us, so I don't know. Oh, he's back. So he's back. Let's wrap it up, and then I'm going to jump on Let's Grow Pulling. So, John, Ryan, final words, thoughts?
I'd like to thank Farm Street Toys, Salama Enterprises, Casper Ag, Trip Downing, some of the great sponsors for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. All the people that are watching, I announce it at every pull that we have this every Monday night. Thank you, Jason, for helping us out, keep this going. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait till this fall we can start getting back into shop tours again.
Got to get Ryan Zolik involved in that stuff. He's pretty good at that video stuff. So pretty good.
Well, when it works.
Saw his video from 2000 from Oshkosh when he was 9.
I know, yeah. I was only 9.
Did a good job. His handwriting's nice.
Yeah. It's Ryan, better. My handwriting went backwards.
Appreciate it. I got to log off and go jump on Let's Grow Pulling. John, I'm going to see you again at, let's see here, in 20 minutes. We're going to talk about Utica. We're going to start off Let's Grow Pulling with Rockwell, NTPA Grand National, then Utica, and we're going to talk to Glenn Bartles again. And then 9 o'clock, we're talking to Bill Petrie from McLouth, Kansas. No, McLouth, Kansas. I said that.
Yeah, that's where I'll be heading on Saturday.
Because there's McLouth, Kansas, and Mountain City, Kansas. And I get up because there's a Missouri and a Kansas, and I get all I didn't even know where I was last week. I'm not going to lie. So it's all good. Plus, I had that baby powder issue, John. So.
Blue chalk line.
Thank you for enjoying Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers every Monday night. The premier pulling organization in the state of Wisconsin, one of the most highly respected state organizations in the entire country, the Badger State Tractor Pullers, because of our awesome pullers and all you awesome fans. And we have a good announcer, too. Have a great night, everybody.
See you guys in Utica.